I fit an entire semester of anatomy onto one single page. No, I didn't use microscopic font, and no, I didn't leave out the hard stuff like neuroanatomy or embryology. In fact, this one page is exactly why I stopped failing my midterms. If you're a medical student or a high-stakes learner, you've been told to study harder. But the truth, the radical honesty truth, is that most of you aren't failing because you lack effort, you're failing because of mental load. You're drowning in extraneous load, the noise of managing 10 different apps and 500-page slide decks. Today, I'm showing you the one-page rule. It's not a hack, it's a cognitive reset that makes studying literally 10 times easier. The science, why your brain is broken. In 2026, the biggest bottleneck to your GPA isn't your intelligence, it's your working memory. According to cognitive load theory, your brain can only process about 7 elements of information at once. When you open a textbook and try to memorize everything, you create a bottleneck. You feel busy, but you aren't being productive. This is where most study tubers get it wrong. They tell you to use active recall for every single fact. But memorizing isolated formulas or muscle attachments is low-order thinking. It's exhausting. What you actually need is a mental schema, a cognitive framework that helps you organize and interpret information so it sticks automatically. The one-page rule is designed to force your brain to build that schema before you ever start a flashcard. The protocol. How to build the page. Grab a blank page, paper, iPad, it doesn't matter. Divide it into these 3 specific sections. Section 1, the primary targets, what I need to learn. Don't write anatomy, write the specific high-yield relationship you're mastering. For example, the brachial plexus and upper limb innervation. This targets the intrinsic load, the inherent complexity of the task. Section 2, the current schema, what I actually understand. This is the radical honesty part. If you can't explain it simply, you don't know it. Write down the connections. Don't just list the 5 roots of the brachial plexus, C5 to T1. Draw the Y shapes merging into trunks. This is called encoding. You're turning passive data into a visual structure. Section 3, the confusion gap, what still confuses me. This is your most important section. Most students spend 80% of their time reviewing what they already know because it feels good. You are going to do the opposite. You are only allowed to study what sits in this box. Case study, the brachial plexus in 30 seconds. Let's look at the brachial plexus, the final boss for many first-year students. Instead of reading a 20-page chapter, look at this. You can draw the entire thing in under 30 seconds by following a pattern. 5 roots, 3 trunks, 6 divisions, 3 chords. You use the mnemonic read.damn cadaver book for the segments, but on your one page, you don't just write the mnemonic, you draw the M shape formed by the musculocutaneous, median, and ulnar nerves. Why? Because in 2026, we don't just summarize, repeating what others said, we synthesize, combining ideas to create new understanding. Synthesis is what allows you to solve unseen questions on an exam, because you understand the principles, not just the labels. The 2026 shift, experience over expertise. There's a reason this is called easy to follow. It's because the world is too complicated. Google and YouTube are now prioritizing human-made authenticity and EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. I'm not just a narrator, I'm someone who almost lost a scholarship because I was busy but not productive. I had to realize that a physical notebook and a single page of clarity were worth more than a $1,000 skills course filled with fluff. When you use the one-page rule, you're telling your nervous system to downshift. You're moving from a state of checklist fatigue to a state of deep work. If you are tired of drowning in Anki decks and Anki cards, try this once, just once. Before your next anatomy lab, spend 10 minutes building your one-page schema. Tell me in the comments if it doesn't instantly make the room feel less chaotic. Stop studying harder. Start making it easy to follow. Subscribe for day 2, where we're fixing the mid-semester motivation slump.